All right. Hello and welcome to those who just joined in. All right. As I told you, we are going to see the past perfect today. Okay. All right. Let's get at it.
Okay.
Now we have here a reading. All right. Um, we are a lot, so we're going to read um all together. Okay. So I'm going to ask you to help me with the reading, and when I tell you to stop reading, you stop. All right. So please, Lupita, can you help me with the first part?
Okay.
Okay, maybe Lupita's not.
Uh,
All right, there
have,
she is.
with the first paragraph. Okay.
Well, yes,
Have,
please.
with just
I'll tell you when
okay.
to stop.
Okay. Have you ever experienced an amazing coincidence? Oh yeah, I
Okay.
think that. Oh
Okay.
yeah, I think like it's full of coincidence. I remember
Coincidence?
I
Oh
had
yeah,
just
I think that.
my
Oh
husband
yeah, I think that
we
it's full
hadn't known
of
each
coincidence.
other
I
long.
remember when I
Well,
had
we
just
had showing me
my
photos
husband
and old
we
friends
hadn't known each other
that
long.
he hadn't seen
Well, we had showing photos
in years.
of old friends
College
that
friends could move to
that he
Spain.
hadn't seen in years. College friends who moved to Spain.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Ila,
You're welcome.
can you help us?
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear where he stopped. I didn't hear where he
Uh,
stopped.
anyway, right here.
Okay. Anyway,
Yes.
there we were looking at this. There we were looking at this when the phone rang, and you'll never believe it. When the phone rang, and you'll never believe it. It was his friend Jerry. He
It was
just
his
called
friend
out of the
Jerry.
blue.
He just called out of the blue. Thank you. Jubia, please, can you help us read the next? If you're here,
Yes.
of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, yeah. One thing that sticks in my mind is years ago
Yes,
I was out
yeah.
in the Australia
Actually,
outback
yeah.
driving
One
through
thing
the
that
desert.
sticks in my mind is years ago I
Dragon
was out
or in the Australia outback driving through the desert. Dragon or
Yeah, please.
one night I had set up camp and I was cooking, and this van appeared out of nowhere.
one night
With two
I had
guys
set
in
up
it.
camp and I was
It was
cooking,
nice to have
and this
company
van
because
appeared
I
out of
hadn't
nowhere
spoken
with
to
two guys
anyone
in
in
it.
days. It was nice to have company because I hadn't
Thank
spoken
you.
to anyone in days.
Mariela, can you finish that, please?
I didn't understand. I didn't understand. I didn't
Uh,
hear because
it's right
I
here.
have interference. Because I
I
have
hadn't
interference.
spoken to anyone in days. Right here. Just read the last part, please.
Okay, I'd gone on this trip by
Okay.
myself. I'd gone on this trip by myself. Well, it turned out on
Well,
it turned out on a graduate from the same college I graduate from the same college I
All right, thank you. Um, do you have the same problem? Like, ever? Do you have the same problem with
Yes,
the audio?
I listen my classmates like a nickel. I listen my classmates like a nickel.
Um,
Maybe we can leave the meeting and
I'm
go
going.
on again. Maybe we can leave the meeting and go on
Oh,
again.
please, God, no. There is. Do you still hear that?
Yeah,
Do you still have the problem?
yeah.
How about now? Do you still have the problem? Guys,
What's up, teacher?
I think that is
do you still have
good now.
the
What's
problem
up, teacher?
with the audio?
Oh no,
Is good?
I
good now.
now it's good.
No,
I
Uh,
now
no,
uh,
it's the
it's good.
same
okay,
problem, teacher.
it's the same. All right, everybody, please just turn off your
No,
microphone,
it's the
please.
same problem, teacher.
Everybody, just turn off your microphones. Perhaps that's the problem. We are all active. All right, do you hear me? Can you hear me? Please reply in the chat if you can hear me and well, if you can hear me without a problem. Yes? Okay. All right. So, all right, thanks. Now, want you to please remain silent unless told otherwise. Okay. If you want to say something, please raise your hand and I will give you the I'll give you the chance to speak. All right. Everybody cool with that? It's not something to all right, good. It's not that I don't want you to participate, but if we're going to have the problem with the echo and with everything else, well, regarding the the audio, then it's cool for us to remain silent unless told otherwise. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Now, um, as you know, here I have as a host, I have the chance. Well, I have the tools. I don't know how to call them. There's a lot of buttons right here that I can push. So the thing is that if you raise your hand, I will ask you to unmute your microphone, and then you will be able to speak. All right, that's gonna be the drill. Okay. All right. Good. I'll take your silence as a yes. And again, if you want to say something, please raise your hand. All right. You are given that option when you are in the meeting. All right. Cool. Perfect. Nice. All right. Now, uh, getting back to the reading. Now, these are amazing coincidences, right? Now, what we're going to do is, and I think you already have this all figured out. We are going to identify the past perfect sentences. Okay. Now, please, who wants to participate and tell me the first one? Remember, raise your hand. Do not turn on your microphone and just speak all at the same time so we don't have any problems. All right, Lupita, please go ahead. Tell us the first one.
Um, I had just met my husband. I had just met my husband.
Yeah, sorry. Is that a baby you have there?
Yeah, but
It's no problem.
But
All right. It's just really curious with
yeah,
everything.
uh,
All right, cool. Yes, I had just met my husband to be very good. Who wants to give me the next one? Remember to raise your hand if you want to speak. No one? Should I choose? Luis, tell me the next past perfect sentence, please.
We hadn't known. We hadn't known.
Yes, we hadn't known each other long. Very good. All right, the next, who wants to give me the next example, please?
He hadn't seen or spoken to
He
in
hadn't
years.
seen.
Or spoken to in years.
Yes. An old friend that he hadn't seen or spoken to in years. Yes. Next.
Oye. Oye.
Next. Who wants to do it? Come on.
I don't know
Don't.
if it's correct. Who have moved to
If it's
Spain?
correct,
Yep, that's
Who have
perfect.
moved to Spain?
This is just giving an explanation. Actually, the sentence begins here. A college friend who had moved to Spain. Good. Next.
I
No.
had set up camp. I had set up camp.
Yes. I had set up camp and was cooking, and this band appeared out of nowhere. Very good. Next.
I hadn't spoken to anyone in days. I hadn't spoken to anyone in days.
Yes, in this case, this person is giving reason. Next.
I'd gone on this trip by myself. Gone on this trip by myself.
I gone on this trip by myself. Yes. Is that all, or do you see more examples?
Them had graduated from the same. Them had graduated from the same.
Exactly. One of them had graduated from the same college I did. Very good. Yep. And that's all, right? Yes. Okay, good. Very good. Now, as you see, they all have some things in common, right? What is the one thing they have in common? This sentence, if I mean. What do they describe?
Well, I think about the structure. You want to identify the structure. You want to identify the person. After verb. I don't remember. And after verb, I don't this in past participle. This in past participle. And the complement, I think. And the complement, I think.
A verb in past participle. Yes, very good. Well, they all do have this in common. However, I was talking about something else. Uh, what do they describe? Not the structure, which is correct, I mean, but what do these people describe with this structure? What do they use them? What do they use it for? No, not a clue.
Uh, an action in the past that finished
Close. Okay.
completely.
Yes, an action in the past. All right. Good, Ila. Good, Mariela. Yes. The past perfect. This no. What did I do? There it is. Sorry. Yeah, the past perfect describes an action in the past, but an action in the past that happened before another action. Okay. Let's take a look at this. All right. Now, we use the past perfect to talk about things that happened before an event in the past. Okay. It is obviously a completed action that happened before another completed action. Can you help me read the first example, Irving, please?
I had set up camp and was cooking, and this van appeared out of nowhere.
Nowhere. Very good. Can you read the next example, please, Mireya? Okay. Um, Renata, please, the next example. I had just met.
I had just met my husband to be,
and
and he was
and he
showing
was
my
showing my
photos
photos
when the phone
when the
rang.
phone rang.
Perfect. Now let's try to identify the two events that happened in the past. All right. Now let's see. In the first example, what's the first event? What happens first?
Set up the camp. Set
Exactly.
up camp.
I had set up camp and was cooking. And the second event is
The van appeared out of now here.
of nowhere. Very good.
Okay. Okay.
Now we have two events in the past. Now the past perfect is used to describe the first event, correct? When we use the past perfect, we know that we are talking about the first thing that happened, okay? In the second example, what is the first thing that happened?
She just met the husband to be,
And they were
watching photos.
Okay, that is the first thing. Luis, What is the second event?
The phone rang.
Exactly. The phone rang. Perfect. Very good. Now, the past perfect is often used to give explanations or reason why things happened. Again, we are just going to add the sense of giving reason because the structure is the same. And well, in these cases, or in most of these cases, when we use the past perfect for explanations or reasons, is that well, in most cases, the the second event is often implied. You know, it's not explicit. Like, for example, here. Can you help me, Guadalupe, please, with the first example?
It was nice to have company because I hadn't spoken to anyone in days.
Perfect. Now, when we give reason, the second event is often well, not mentioned like in the first examples. I had set up camp when this band appeared out of nowhere. Okay. Now, we don't have the two separate events. However, it is implied. It was nice to have company is the second event, right? Having company is the second event. And the reason, well, because we often use because to give reason, is this, right? So in this case, what is the first event and the second event? What happened first?
I hadn't spoken to anyone in days.
Yes, perfect. And the second event is that he had company, correct? Yes. Or, well, you may say that the second event is him feeling good about having company, right? Not the company per se. And in the second example, can you help me read, please, um, Ila?
Okay. Jerry was a college friend that he hadn't seen in years. He'd moved to Spain.
Yes, exactly. Now, in this case, we have two past perfect sentences, right? He hadn't seen in years. Jerry was a college friend that he hadn't seen in years. He moved to Spain. Now, what happened first? We have two past perfect sentences. How do you know which one happened first?
He'd moved to Spain.
Yes, that one happened first. And this is the reason why he hadn't seen him in years, correct? Now, in this case, we didn't need any uh, prepositions or in this case, because to give reason, correct? It is implied. And it is also implied what the second event, or in this case, the first thing that happened is, correct? And well, now we have questions and short answers in the past perfect, and they work just as any other auxiliary that we have, right? First we have had, then the subject, and then a verb and past participle. Okay, and after that, well, as can't remember if it was Luis or Irving that said the complement, but yes, we also need a complement. Well, not need, but we can add it if we need it or if we want to. All right. Can you help me with the first example, please? Uh,
Excuse me, teacher. I have a doubt.
okay.
In the
In the
second
second
example,
In the second example,
is
is
he had moved to Spain? Or
uh-huh.
what's the meaning of the letter
Yep.
T? The letter T.
Yeah, yeah, yes. He had moved to Spain. You can identify whether it is because you know that we can also shorten he would with hid, right?
Okay, yes,
And
yes.
he had hid. Now, the one thing that's going to tell you which is the verb after the auxiliary. Okay? When we use would, we have a verb in what form? In what tense?
In present.
In present.
Yep. In
Base
simple
form.
Base form. Yes, exactly. A verb in its simple form or its base form, correct? And when we use the past perfect, we have a verb in what tense?
Past participle.
Past participles.
Perfect. Just like that. And that's what's going to give you the tense, or that's what's going to tell you if it is would or had, correct? In this case, we had moved to Spain. So it is the past perfect, correct?
Okay, yes, thank you. Yes, thank you.
All right, good. All right. Irving, can you help me please read the first example?
Had you
Had
gone
you
by
gone by
yourself?
yourself?
Yes, I had.
Yes, I had. Perfect, thank you. Juvia, can you help me with the second example, please?
Had they been
Had
in
they been
touch?
in touch?
No, they
No,
hadn't.
they hadn't.
Thank you. And Renata, please, the last example.
Where
Where
had
had
he
he
moved
moved
to Spain?
to Spain? Perfect, very good. All right, do you have any questions here, or can we move on?
It's okay.
All right, perfect. Can I erase?
It's okay.
Okay, good. All right. Yes. Some of you still have issues with the audio. Is that a thing? Does it happen to everyone, or it's just an individual thing? Do you still have issues? It happens to you, Carolina? All right. Who else? Still the problem. Do you have headphones or a headset that you can use? Because it often happens when you use the computer sound or the computer speakers and the computer microphone. So if even if one of you is not using that, uh, the headphones or the headset or whatever you're using. If you're rich, you might be using your AirPods or whatever you are using. Okay. Um, already using. All right, cool. Well, then I don't know. I don't know what it is, but hopefully, if we stick to the rule for today, that will be fixed. Do you hear me with echo or with any interference or something like that?
No, you are okay. When we participate, I can hear a echo.
Okay. Well, let's try to um, well, let's try to live with that for today. Hopefully tomorrow is fixed. Um, and well, it is important that I hear your participations and I can hear you clearly, all of you, if you speak one at a time. So if you can hear me well, and if I can hear you, then we we're not gonna have any problems, hopefully. Okay, but let's just try to speak one at a time, and well, we're going to try to fix it if it is something with the room or if it is something related to the platform, and if not, well, I'll let you know. All right, let's try to work like this for today. Okay. All right, good. All right, thank you for understanding. Okay, well, we have here three conversations. All right, I'm going to give you 5 minutes to finish them all. Remember, you are going to use the past perfect. Okay. All right. In some cases, you are not going to use the past perfect, but the past, the simple past. Okay. So 5 minutes starting now, please, and let me know if you have any questions or if you finished before the 5 minutes. Okay, go ahead. Are you ready? Not yet. Okay. You still have 2 minutes. I was just checking. Are you ready? Guys, are you ready? Yes, no. Um, okay. Well, let's start to check. All right, let's continue. Okay, number one, have you ever been talking about someone and then they got in touch with you? Part B, Luis.
Luis?
Yeah, Luis. Sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
In
last
fact,
week
last
I was
week I
talking
was
about a
talking
friend
about a friend
who I
who I
changed,
changed, sorry,
who I didn't
I
speak
didn't speak
to in a long
to in a
time.
long time.
Is that correct?
Who I hadn't spoken to.
Yes. Who I hadn't spoken. Who I hadn't spoken to in a long time. I think he
had changed.
I think he had changed his cell phone and he didn't give me the
Had changed.
number.
Okay. And he didn't or
Didn't,
hadn't?
didn't
Didn't.
give me.
Oh, me is already there. All right. And he didn't give me the number. Anyway,
Teacher,
he
could you explain that, please?
yes, it is pretty much the same as we saw. Look, we have let's break this into smaller parts, okay? Yeah, let's begin with in fact. And in fact, last week I was talking about a friend who I hadn't spoken to in a long time. That's one sentence, okay? Now, let's identify the two parts of this sentence. What are the two events in the past? All of this is in the past, right? But what happened first?
The person hadn't spoken to a friend in a long time.
Exactly. This is the first event. And the second event is
Last week,
he or she was talking about
a person.
exactly. Now, this event happened first, right? Before he was talking about his friend, this was an ongoing action, let's say. All right. It's not ongoing, but it's an unfinished action by this time. But it happened first. All right. It started first and well, hadn't finished until this moment. All right. Last week, this is more uh, well, this is closer to the present, okay, than this event. Let's call it that. All right. If we look at it like this, this is a timeline, okay? Now, here is the present today. Let's call it today. Today. Now, we have last week. And we have uh, he's, he stopped talking to Fred. All right. Now, if we look at it like this, is it more, well, is it clear? Is it more clear? Is it, you know?
Yeah, I think that we can see it like if it's a tense that will require past perfect and past simple.
Exactly. We are talking, okay, this is when or where, well, let's identify it as where. This is where we started talking, okay? Today, we are talking about an event, this one, that happened before the story we're telling, all right? Last week, we were talking about a friend who we hadn't spoken to in a long time, okay? Now, this event started first in the past. This event was last week, right? And, well, today is the present, which is our frame of reference, let's call it. Okay. Is that clear? Does it make sense like this? Okay. All right, good. Can we go back to the exercise? All right, yes.
Yes.
All right, good. Yes, yes. Okay, good. Oh no, what happened? There it is. Here it is. All right, good. Now, since this event, the last week event, happened after we stopped speaking to a friend for a long time, this is the past perfect, right? Because it is the first event in the past. I think he changed or had changed.
Had
Had
changed.
changed.
Okay, he had changed his cell phone and he
Didn't give.
didn't give me the number. Okay, now in this second one, it is, I think, more noticeable the which is which, right? Because you cannot give a new number if you don't change it first, right? Therefore, we have here our first event, which is he changed the number, and the second event, this person not giving um, us, let's say, the new number, right? Anyway, he
Texted me.
Texted me.
texted me, okay, out of the blue because
It's me.
He had run
Had run
into
into
he had run into my brother, or run into my brother at a restaurant, and they were talking about me. Now, in this case, what happened first? The meeting at the restaurant or the text?
the meeting at
the
the
meeting at the
restaurant.
restaurant.
Exactly. That is the reason why he texted, well, he texted us. Let's refer to this person as us. Yes? Good. Uh, and they were talking about me. So he
Decide
Decided
to get in
to get in
touch.
touch.
decided, yes, to get in touch. It
It was great.
Had
it
been.
was
Was.
it was great to hear from him. In this case, we do not have a first or second event. Okay, this is just in the past because it's not something that happens often, right? It's not something like a routine or something like that. And there is nothing else around this event in the past. That's why we use the simple past. Very good. Number two, have you ever been thinking about someone and then you've run into them? Who wants to begin?
Me,
All right, go ahead.
not really, but I experienced another coincidence recently. I went to the post office because he had gotten someone else's mail.
because we had gotten someone else's mail. Very good. Next,
It happened before 3 or 4 times.
It had happened. It had happened.
it had happened. It had happened before 3 or 4 times. This case, this event happened before this event, which happened before this other event. Correct? Yes. Okay. So anyway, I was waiting in line and I
Started.
started and I started talking to this guy who
had come,
exactly had come in right after me. He was there because he
didn't receive,
Didn't receive
exactly he didn't receive some of his mail. So I
asked
mhm,
You know, Mr. Lee.
do you? And he said, yeah, that's me. I couldn't believe it. I
Had
I had his mail. Hmm, very good. Perfect. All right. Questions about the second one or everything is clear?
Everything is clear.
Perfect. All right, good. And number 3, have you ever met anyone with the same birthday as you? Who wants to go?
me.
All right, go ahead, please.
Actually, on my last birthday, my friend decided to take me to his restaurant. That she went to his restaurant. That she went to with some friends.
Okay, my friend decided to take me to this restaurant that she,
Had gone.
yes, that she had
Had
gone.
gone.
In this case, it cannot be went to with some friends because this is an event before another event, right? A situation in the past that happened before another one. Yes. So this friend decided to take us there because she had gone before, right? All right, good. Next,
I have care about it. I have care about it. Chance to go there. I didn't have a chance to go there.
I had heard about it,
I
but
didn't
what?
have
I
a
didn't have,
chance to go there.
I
A
didn't have,
chance to go there.
But didn't have a chance to go there. Hmm, something looks weird here.
Anyway, we have showed up
Uh,
at the restaurant.
I think, hold on. I heard about it, but hadn't had a chance to go there, right? That looks better. Yes? Do you agree or not? What do you think?
I don't know. I think the first action is I hear about it, and the second action is I hear about it, and the second action I didn't have a change to go there. I didn't have a change to go there.
I had heard.
How about this?
Heard.
I had heard about it, but hadn't had the chance to go there. I think this is the correct option, right? Because this all happened before they what? Before they showed up at the restaurant, right?
Show up.
This all happened before this action. They showed up, and this person hadn't had the chance to go there until this moment, correct? Yes or no? What do you think?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
That
Yes.
okay sounded
Yes.
hesitant.
Teacher, please remember me. The first event is in past perfect, and the second
Remind me.
event is in past in simple past is in
Yeah,
past
it can be
in
in
simple
simple
past.
past, or if this is the if this is the case, sorry, you can have two past perfects, but at the end, the closer to the present event is going to be in simple past. Okay, it is like this. Well, that like the one I showed you in this, like this. We have the present, the closest event to the present, and the past perfect. Okay. Well, and the thing that happened before this in the past. So this is the past perfect. This is the sim simple past. And well, this is today. This is just for reference only. Okay.
Okay.
Is this clear, Luis?
Okay.
Luis.
Yes, it is, teacher. Thank you. Yes, it
All
is,
right, good.
teacher. Thank you.
Perfect. Do you have any more questions, or can we move on?
Move on, please. Move on,
Please.
please.
All right, good. Let's move on. Now we have here some more uses for the past perfect, and the ones that I already explained are these ones: to show an action happened before something else in the past. Can you help me read the first example, please, Mariela?
Yes. Yes. To show an action happened before something else. An action happened before something else in the past. She stayed up. She had received all night bad news. She had received bad
Received.
news. Receive?
Yes, received.
Receive?
Remember,
Okay.
in the past, we have three
Okay.
different sounds for the verbs. We have the id sound, the the sound and the t sound. Correct?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
These are the three sounds in the past. Id, the. All right. The next example, please. Ila.
Okay. They lost many of the games because they had not practiced enough.
Perfect. Next, Guadalupe, please.
Penny had met Ryan before Penny had met Ryan at the park. Used at the park.
Perfect. And the last one, Lluvia, please.
I'm sorry. You had studied. You had studied Italian before you moved to Rome.
Perfect. Very good. And as you can see, we have here the two examples that we had before. We have to give reason and, well, to express that something happened sorry, before another event. Sorry. Yes? All right, good. Let's continue. Now, again, we have to show that an action happened before a specific time in the past, right? And we have the examples like the ones that we had already last week, last year, and we have specific times in the past before 2008 and before 8 o'clock. Okay, can you read the first one, Lupita, please?
She had established her company before she had established her company before
Thank you.
28.
Irving, can you please read the second one?
He had never played football until last week. Had never played football until
Perfect.
last week.
The next one, please, Luis.
They had gotten engaged. They had gotten before last year. Engaged before last year.
Engaged.
Engaged.
Perfect.
Engaged.
And the last one, please, Carolina.
I had fallen asleep before 8 o'clock. I had fallen asleep before 8 o'clock.
Thank you. For reported speech, right? Well, this is not, the past perfect is not exclusively used for reported speech. For the reported speech, we can use many tenses, okay? We can use it for the simple present, the simple past, the future, the perfect tenses, the continuous tenses, okay? But we can use the past perfect also for the reported speech, which is just repeating what someone else said, right? Now, can you help us with the first example, please, Renata?
The teacher asked if we had studied for the exam.
Mhm. The next one, please, Ila.
Is you sure?
The user. This was I think
Is
it was a
user?
mistake. Yes.
Is user?
Yeah,
Okay.
the user. Yes.
The user
The
asked
user asked
if we
if
had
we had
purchased our
purchased our
tickets.
tickets.
Purchased.
No, it is usher. The usher.
The
It's
usher.
yeah, usher is kind of like the person who helps you settle when you go, let's say, to a concert or to the movies. Well, if that was the case here, like to the person who helps you find the your seats. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yes. Uh, the next one, please. Mariela.
My
My
neighbor
neighbor
asked if we
if
had
we had
seen
seen
her dog.
her dog.
Thank you. And the last one, please, Lupita.
The boss
The
had
boss
sent it
had
to
sent it to
a meeting.
a meeting.
Yes, very good. So far so good. Do you have any questions? Do you have any comments? What do you think? All good? Yes? Perfect. Nice. I didn't know you could do that. Good. All right. Now we have here another way to use it to show dissatisfaction with the past. Um, well, to express regret mostly, which I have some experience in. Let's see, Lupita. No, who? No, Carolina, please. The first one.
We wished we had
We had
purchased the
purchased
winning
the
ticket.
winning
Perfect. Irving, please.
I wished I had told the truth.
Mhm.
Wished I had told the truth.
Luis, please. The next one.
She wished she had seen her friend. Wished she had
Okay.
seen her friend.
And the last one, Juvia, please.
I was talking and I didn't have my microphone on. I'm sorry. I was talking and I didn't have my microphone on.
Don't
I'm
worry, it
sorry.
happens to me a lot.
Okay. The boy wished he had asked
The boy
another question.
wished he had asked
Perfect.
Another
Very
question.
good. Okay, and as you can see here, all the wishes are in the past, correct? Which makes this the present, I mean the past perfect situation. Okay. Now the past perfect plus just, which is just it's almost the same as the situation before another one, but in this case we are expressing, we are letting people know that this happened just when the other thing finished, right? The first example says it all. She had just left the scene when the ambulance arrived. Okay, it was almost immediate. That's what we use just. Okay, the second example, please, Ila.
He had just put the duck on the
He had
leash
just put the
when
duck on the
got there.
leash when
Got
Mhm.
there.
Number three, well, they do not have numbers, but the third one, um, Renata, please.
The bus has just left when we got to the stop. Bus has just left when we got to
Have
the
just
stop.
left. Good. And the last one, Lupita, please.
I had just gone outside when it started to rain. I
Perfect.
had just gone outside when it started to rain.
Very good. I had just gone outside when it started to rain. How old is your baby?
It's she is
It's
1 year 2 months
she
old.
is
Oh,
1 year 2 months old.
so cute.
Sorry, but he is he's her
sorry,
father
but
bird.
he
She
is
wants
he's
to her father bird.
She wants
She
to be
he
wants to
with
be
wants
you.
with
to
me.
Oh,
She
you
wants
gotta
to be
start
with
them
me.
young in this
Yeah,
English thing. So
yeah,
she might as well pay attention, all right?
yeah. I hope so.
All
I
right,
hope
perfect.
so.
Now, we have here some exercises, okay? Well, some sentences. We have 10 sentences. Please take 3 minutes to put them in the correct tense, okay? Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
All right. Please
yes.
tell your baby
Yes.
to work. Are you ready? Hello. Are you ready?
Ready, teacher.
Perfect.
Sure.
Let's check. Who was ready first? Irving? Is that you? Please go ahead. Number one?
Yeah.
Well, number two.
He hadn't been to Cape Town before. He hadn't been
1997.
to Cape Town before.
Exactly.
1997.
He hadn't been. Number three. These ones do have numbers. Ila, please.
Um, give me a moment. When
Yep.
she went out to play, when she went out to play,
She had done already
she
her homework.
done
Okay.
Already her
sorry.
She
homework.
had already
Sorry.
done her
Okay,
homework.
she had already done.
Give me
Okay, she
one
had
second.
already done.
My brother ate all of the cake that ate at May, all of the cake that are at May.
Sorry, I'm back. What were you saying? Lupita, it was you?
Okay, yes. My
Yep.
mother
Go ahead,
ate
please.
all of the cake that our mom had made. Ate all of the cake that our mom had made.
Yes. Sorry. Handmade. Yep. Very good. I was going to explain this one. Uh, had done our homework already is something that expresses that something finished before planned. Okay. Now, you can put it either after the auxiliary and before the verb, like this case, or you can put it at the end. She had done her homework already, or she had already done her homework. Okay, those are the two places where you can put already. Okay, yes, I was just uh, just saying to have it in mind. All right, number 5, Jubia, please.
The doctor took off the plaster that he put on 6 weeks before. Oh, that he had put on.
Yes,
That he had put on.
that he had put on 6 weeks before. This is the event before the doctor taking off the plaster. Good. Mireya, please, number 6. The waiter
The waiter brought a drink that I hadn't
Mhm.
ordered.
Perfect. Number 7, Luis, please.
I could not remember the poem we had learned the week before.
Perfect. Number 8, Mariela. Mariela, it's your turn, please. Everyone's waiting. No? Nothing? Carolina, please take over. Number 8.
The children collected the chestnuts that had fallen from the tree.
Perfect. Lupita, please. Number 9.
Um, have 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 fun. Have fun.
It's a question.
Yeah. Had
Font.
have is
Had.
is have Angie phone to sit her and to sit her alone.
You have the subject here. He.
Oh, oh,
So it
mm,
is
mm. Have
had.
I have
Uh-huh.
has he phone.
Perfect. Had he phoned Angie before he went to see her in London?
Okay,
Perfect. Very good. Very good. And the last one, yeah, Ila, please. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Kid.
Don't worry, don't worry. hadn't ridden a
Ridden a
horse
horse
before that
before
day.
that day.
Perfect. She hadn't ridden a horse before that day. Very good. Do you have any questions?
I think no.
No?
Just that
No.
isn't reading with double D.
D.
Is it what?
The verb right in past participle have double D.
Yes. What's your... Oh, okay, I see it now. I might have missed a click. Thank you. Yes. Anything else related to the topic?
No, I think no.
No? All good? Is it clear? Crystal clear. That's perfect. All right, very good. Well, guys, that would be it for today. I will, however, leave you with some homework to do. Okay, just to make sure that this is clear. Okay, I'm going to erase all this, and if you please take a picture, or you know what, I'm going to send you these images. Okay, I will send you the homework. Don't worry. All right, good. All right, perfect. So guys, tell me, how do you feel? Second class. Give me your comments. How do you feel? Did you learn something? What activities did you like from today? And all of that. That's great, Ila. Thank you. I would like to listen to you, if you don't mind.
Um, okay, I think that I'm reviewing because I can't I can remember some parts of this topic.
Mhm.
I'm working with kids, and for these days I forgot some topics, and this is a good job to review. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Always a pleasure. The rest, do you want to say something?
I agree with my partner because I forgot some tenses, not that old, but just how to use it. And this class remembered it, and it was okay for me. Thank you, teacher.
All right, thank you for your comment. The rest, anything to add?
I feel the same as Lupita
Okay.
because I'm working with children and this class um, it's good for me to review all the tenses which I had forgotten before.
All right. Thank you very much, Maria. Anyone else want to add something to it? Yeah, go ahead, Irving. Thank you very much for being here today. And actually, if you do not have anything to add, I think we can call it a day. All right. Thank you very much for being here, for your time, for your attention, for your participation. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you,
All
teacher.
right.
See you.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening and a great day tomorrow. Bye bye.
You too. See you.
Bye.